Have you ever heard of a story so bizarre it sends a shiver down your spine? A story that makes you question the very nature of coincidence and fate? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into one of the most chilling predictions in literary history. Imagine this, it's 1898. The world is on the cusp of a new century, filled with technological marvels and boundless optimism. An American author named Morgan Robertson publishes a novella. It's a work of fiction, a maritime adventure story. He calls it Futility, or the Wreck of the Titan. The book tells the story of a magnificent ocean liner, the largest ship ever built, hailed as unsinkable by its creators. On a cold April night, this colossal vessel, packed with the rich and famous, strikes an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks, with a tragic loss of life because it didn't have enough lifeboats. The ship's name? The Titan. Now let's fast forward 14 years to 1912. The RMS Titanic, the real-life largest ship ever built, celebrated as practically unsinkable, set sail on its maiden voyage. On a cold April night, it strikes an iceberg in the North Atlantic. The unthinkable happens. The ship sinks and more than 1,500 people perish, partly because there weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board. The parallels are absolutely staggering, aren't they? It's not just the name Titan and Titanic or the cause of the disaster. Let's dig deeper into the details Robertson dreamed up. His fictional ship, the Titan, was described as being 800 feet long. The real Titanic, 882 feet long. That's incredibly close. The Titan was said to displace 45,000 tons. The Titanic? Around 46,000 tons. Both ships were triple-screw propellers capable of speeds over 20 knots. Both were British-owned luxury liners. Both sank in April. Both were carrying some of the wealthiest people in the world. And in both stories, the critical shortage of lifeboats sealed the fate of thousands. Robertson's novel stated the Titan had just enough lifeboats to satisfy legal requirements. Not enough for all passengers, exactly the situation with the Titanic. The location of the sinking is also eerily similar. Both ships went down about 400 nautical miles from Newfoundland. So how could this happen? How could a little-known author write a fictional story that would mirror a real-life catastrophe with such terrifying accuracy over a decade later? Was Morgan Robertson a psychic? A time traveler? Did he somehow tap into a future timeline? These are the questions that have fascinated historians and conspiracy theorists for over a century. When the Titanic sank, Robertson's book, which had been largely forgotten, was suddenly thrust back into the spotlight. People were stunned. Robertson himself was hounded by reporters and the public, all demanding an explanation. His response was surprisingly down to earth. He denied having any supernatural powers. He simply said that he was an expert on maritime trends. As a former sailor who had spent years at sea, he claimed he just knew his stuff. He had studied shipbuilding, naval architecture, and the shipping industry. He saw the trend of building bigger and bigger ships, pushing the limits of technology for speed and luxury. He also knew that the maritime laws concerning safety equipment, like lifeboats, were dangerously outdated and hadn't kept up with the size of these new superliners. So he argued, a disaster like this wasn't just possible, it was inevitable. He simply connected the dots and wrote a cautionary tale based on his professional knowledge. But does that fully explain it? The name Titan, the iceberg collision in April, the specific details about the ship's size and speed. Can all of that really be chalked up to expert knowledge and logical deduction? It feels like something more is at play. The sheer number of overlapping details makes simple coincidence feel like an insufficient answer. It asks one of those historical mysteries that sits right on the edge of what we can rationally explain. Whether you believe it was a prophetic vision, an incredible coincidence, or simply the work of a very knowledgeable and insightful author, the story of Futility, or the Wreck of the Titan, remains one of history's most haunting what-ifs. It serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. What do you think? Was it a prediction or just a really good guess? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unexplained, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating stories. See you next time.